your favorite nurse, Jasmine, and I'm back today with another nursing video. Today's video is going to be 7 things that no one really tells you about nursing. So, I know we all watch shows like Grey's Anatomy, Code Black, Chicago Med, and we think that we know what nursing or working in the hospital is really like. Or we watch shows like that and we decide like, oh, I want to work in the hospital. Oh, I want to be a nurse or an LPN or a CNA or a doctor or a nurse practitioner or whatever the case may be, thinking that our lives are going to go a little bit like the show. But let me tell you, honey, it don't. I'm here to give you guys a little bit of insight on 7 things that no one tells you about nursing. If you're interested, continue to watch. So the first thing, the most important thing, is that you do not get paid enough for the work that you do and how tired you are going to be. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. For you guys in the back. You do not get paid enough money for the amount of work that you do and how tired you are going to be. Nursing is such a stressful job career, and I feel like you are always tired. You are always trying to catch up on sleep. You always feel like you don't get enough sleep, even if you get 7 to 8 hours and you know the whole 3 days on, 4 days off, you guys get paid a whole bunch of money. No, that is not true. And yes, there are ways you can make a lot of money in the hospital, but I feel like for as tired as you are and the amount of work that you do and the type of work that you do, you really don't get paid a lot of money. I was oblivious to this. I was probably like those of you who are interested going into nursing or are looking for jobs or careers that pay a lot of money that does not require you to work a lot. I mean, we are all kind of at that point where girl, I'm finna be an RN. I'm about to be banking. I'm gonna have so much money. I'm gonna work 3 days. I'm gonna be off for 4 days. It does not work like that, especially depending on how your schedule is. You can work 4 12s in a row and don't go into overtime. Yes, there are certain situations where you can get paid a shit ton of money, but in general, it doesn't really work like that. Most of the time, you're going to be so tired when you are off that you're like, I need to catch up on sleep, and you'll spend most of your time trying to rest and recoup before you go back to work and do it all over again. So that's number 1. And number 2 is that nursing is so fabulous and glamorous and cute scrubs. But honey, let me tell you, majority of the time you come home and your scrubs are disgusting. It's like, take my scrubs off at the door because you do so much dirty, gritty work. You spend time putting your hands in places that generally you would not put on a stranger. You are cleaning up all kind of body fluids. And I'm talking about feces, urine, blood. You are responsible for doing that. You do wound care, so open wounds and sores and pus, and there's just all kind of nasty stuff that you are responsible for cleaning or collecting. Yes, sometimes you have to scoop poop, put it in a container and send it down for testing. As a nurse, those are the things that you have to do. If you are easily disgusted about things like that, nursing is probably not the job for you. So number 3 is you are always hungry. Sometimes you do not get a lunch break, even though you're supposed to technically get a 30-minute lunch break. If you are in the inpatient hospital setting, sometimes you don't get a lunch break. Things hit the fan, stuff goes wrong, patients start crashing, they need procedures, all kind of stuff can just go to the left. You don't always get a break for lunch. You don't always get time to sit down, relax, and eat. So you're kind of like snacking whenever you can. Make sure you pay attention to what you're doing and what you're eating, because you can gain a lot of weight because you do not have that structure of from 11 to 12, this is my lunch break. Make sure you're definitely conscious about the things that you are eating and how much of them you are eating, because the snacking can get real bad and the pounds can add on real quick. Sometimes you don't get to pee when you feel like you gotta go. You will learn to hold your pee for a long amount of times. And although it is not a good thing, guys, it is never a good thing to hold your urine. You need to release it as soon as you feel like your bladder is full, but sometimes you are just not in a place or in a situation that allows you to do that. And sometimes you will notice like, oh my God, I've been at work for 8 hours and I still haven't got a chance to go use the bathroom. I'm telling you, things get crazy in the hospital, especially depending on what department you're in. And the more patients that you have, the harder it is just to simply go to the bathroom. It sucks so much, but you will develop the ability to hold your urine for long periods of time. That can like come in handy on like trips, like road trips. I mean, once you're old, it probably is not a good thing because you'll probably be like incontinent. But while you're in the hospital, girl, you good. You good. Pull them 8 to 10 hours and then you're like, oh, I go home in 2 hours. Let me go to the bathroom. Yeah. It's rough out here. Okay, so number 5, nurses have some of the most twisted sense of humor and some of the most, is it foulest? Is foulest a word? I don't know. But they have foul language like nobody's business. You guys are probably like, Jasmine, we already know you have a bad mouth, but I am like not even the worst that I've seen. I'm like somewhere in the middle. But nurses typically tend to be very sarcastic, very vulgar, very funny. And it honestly is so, as bad as it sounds, it is such a good trait to have because our job can be so stressful and you need to make the most out of your situation, and laughter is the best medicine. You are very sensitive to your coworkers using foul language. I don't know if nursing is particularly the best career choice for you to make. Now, I'm not saying all nurses come out here dropping F-bombs. That's not the thing. But I know there are some people who are just like very anti-curse words, and they're like, I don't want to be in an environment that is so unprofessional that people are cursing. Like, it is just not what happens at the nurse's station, even when it comes to physicians. Now, there are times and places to be professional, and I'm not saying that you are using sarcasm or curse words around your patients, but I'm talking about in general, conversations amongst each other. It can get real funny real quick, and that's my favorite part. I love it. I'm not impartial to it, but I'm also not one on here like, today I am going to tell you guys what it's like to be a registered nurse in like the most professional way possible. No, that's not me, because I'm very sarcastic. I love to laugh. I love to make jokes, and I just love being myself, and that's how I am whether I'm at work. And my patients typically love it. Like when you get your patients to laugh when they are at their sickest and they are in the hospital, that is one thing that they will generally thank you for, because they tend to hear bad news from physicians. So why go in there and damper their attitude and not be some kind of laughter or some kind of brightness in their darkest situations? So me, that's typically how I am. That's typically how most of my coworkers are. And I just don't want you guys to feel like you have to go into nursing being super medical, super professional, using big words, medical terms, and all this other stuff, because that's just not how it is. Okay, number 6, your doctors do not ambulate your patients. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen shows where doctors are ambulating surgical patients. Doctors are inserting IVs. Doctors are doing CPR. Doctors don't do none of that. If you're going to be a doctor, kudos to you. But you are not, no, you're not going to be in there taking your patients for a walk around the nurse's station or walk around the unit 2 days post-op. Nurses do that. So don't go into it thinking like, oh my God, my resident or my surgeon or my doctor is going to help me do these things, or my doctor is going to come in and drop an IV for me. Like, are you serious? And I really wish these shows would stop doing that, because it is so annoying to watch. That's why I have kind of backed away from watching medical shows, because it is literally the most aggravating thing I can see on TV is when I see a doctor doing CPR. And they don't do CPR. They just don't. They'll intubate. But to see them do compressions and give breaths, when you find a doctor that do that, send me video proof. Send me a picture. Snap it for me real quick. Because it does not happen. So number 7, last but not least, your coworkers will determine the type of shift that you will have. You will not get along with all your coworkers. That is just life. Everybody is not the same. You will not like everybody. But having that certain group of nurses on at the same time, you walk in, you look at the board, and you like, I know I'm gonna have a good shift. Like, we good. Every once in a while, you'll also walk in and be like, Lord, this is going to be the longest shift. And sometimes when that happens, you know, you just got to put your head down, be very work focused, kind of keep to yourself to avoid the drama. Because some people are just drama filled. Some people just like drama. They like controversy. And I am not the type of person that does well with people like that. So, you know, I just focus on my patients, focus on my work, keep to myself, and help whenever someone needs it. But other than that, I don't engage into too much conversation, just to kind of avoid the drama. But I'm telling you, having those certain co-workers that you know, you're like, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna have so much fun, we're gonna get things done real quick. Yes, we're gonna take care of our patients and be professional and do our job, but it's just like, you know, you're gonna have a good shift. And those are the type of people that I like to work with. Not all of your coworkers are going to be your BFF, and not all of your coworkers are going to get along with. But I'm telling you, the certain group of nurses that you work with, you're definitely going to realize that you'll have a good night. So that is it for the real side of nursing. I want you guys to know everything is not all glitter and gold. You'll have good days and you'll have bad days, but everything is what you make it. Try to go in with a positive mind. Just try to approach things as positive as possible. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel before you leave, as well as turn on your notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. Also follow me on Snapchat and Instagram so that way you can be updated on my life, my shifts, me being tired and drinking iced coffee all the time. As well as you can be updated on officially the opening of my online store so you can get the best nursing merchandise out there. And until the next video, I'll talk to all of you huns later. Bye. Mwah.